live tonight. Martina's now recording in progress for all those that couldn't join us. And we're in the lovely Mar Hall, and we have the amazing Alex Murphy with us. She skated all the way from London.
I did. I'm
You did.
here. I love it here. Love Glasgow.
You do, you do. And you've been here a few times now,
Yeah.
to Mar Hall as well.
Mhm.
So she probably stayed in your room, Lindsay.
I
Yes.
probably did.
Yes.
Don't trash it.
Don't trash
I'll try
it.
my best. They put a lot of money into it, so I'll try my best.
That's it. And eat all the cookies. Oh no,
Yes,
you can't do that.
I know. They're sitting on my bureau.
We'll have those and distribute them kindly to everybody else. So it's an absolute thrill to be here, obviously, with Alex as well, who I met earlier in the year. And as you all know, ladies, we can't have anybody in the circle of trust that doesn't like handbags.
Yeah.
So that was, of course, the first question that had to be asked. If she'd said no to handbags and preferred skating, then there was
Been out.
she'd have been out for sure. Yes, yes. Luckily, she passed the test. Actually, turns out that her grand used to run what they would call a purse shop in America.
Yes.
So how cool is that?
Yeah,
And what
she
was it
ran a shop. It was
called?
called Personally Yours. And it was basically a bags and accessory shop, which is just so ironic. And it ended up, it only shut down after like 5 or 6 years because it was completely flooded with snow. So there was a massive snowstorm and it crashed the whole thing. So we have a lot of her old stuff that she did. And I have like old vintage retro bags that she had made that have her labels in them and everything. So yeah, it's called Personally Yours.
That's really nice.
Purse,
Yeah,
Personally
that's
Yours.
really
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, that's a great name. That really is. So we're gonna get Alex. You'll have to bring some of them to show us,
I
and
know. I'll have to get
you
some and bring
will.
them back.
Yeah,
I will.
that would be so cool. So other than that, obviously that Alex has got an amazing career. Can you believe that this lady genuinely did used to skate,
Yeah, I know.
and managed to escape? And
Yeah.
she was, yeah, and she was on cruise ships. I mean, how do you skate on the sea? I'm talking about skiing,
It
and
was
you're skating.
it was
So,
crazy. It was a cool job. I did it for 5 years on Royal Caribbean and so much fun. Someone say something?
I think we've got some
Someone say
feedback
something?
there. No,
Yeah.
I think it's
Yeah,
about.
it was really fun. It was a really cool job. I did it before I came over here for Dancing on Ice, and I did it, yeah, 5 full years. A
Yeah.
long 5 years.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I can't even imagine it. I mean, I know the cruise ships are so big and everything. Was it like a full size skating rink?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it was probably like a quarter of the size or a third of the
Right.
size,
Okay.
but it feels really big. So to show skaters, it's kind of normal to have small ice.
Mhm.
So it was, you're used to it by that point. By the time you get onto cruise ships, you've been on every size ice.
God. That's still absolutely amazing. So when you think about that, then you've now jumped or skated perhaps to being like a full-blown influencer, social media guru,
You're nice,
um,
you're sweet.
all these things. She's got about 2 million followers on TikTok, ladies. So I think she does know a thing or two about it. Um, so that is quite the move.
Yeah, it was
Quite
a
the move.
transition, that's for sure.
Yes. So what do you think was the most defining moment of that? When did you think your skates had fallen off and you'd arrived in a new
Yeah,
world?
you know what? It was during COVID. A lot of things I think obviously happened for people during COVID. I'm sure these Zooms, everyone was doing Zooms
Yes.
and everything was digital and everything was becoming digitized. Like doctor's appointments were digitized, everything. And my husband and I, well, he wasn't my husband then, he was my boyfriend. We got stuck together and we were just starting dating. And I was like, oh, what are we gonna do? And then we started enjoying making content together. He's a social media content creator as well. And he's like, you should give this a go. And I loved it. And I was like, this is really fun. But I didn't start making money off of it or anything until like maybe a year later, or like eight months later, maybe after COVID.
Right.
And I loved it. Like the minute I got into it, I was like, this is something I could actually do for a living. I really enjoy it. I
Yeah.
like creating, I like entertaining people. And it was like a small version of performing for
Yeah.
me. So
But I suppose in a much wider way as well, the
yeah.
digital and the globality of it.
Yeah, like I was
It's
reaching more people than I ever thought that I would, and I didn't realize that I would have a demographic of people from like America and India, even in the places all around the world. So it's a very cool way to get information and
Yeah.
also to, I guess spread a little bit of joy,
Yeah,
you know.
for sure. So when you were skating, did you ever think, when you laid in your bed and you think, I'm going to be a skater? I mean,
Yeah.
even that in itself is, I'm going to the moon.
Yeah.
Did you ever think that skating could lead to, such a wide career?
I didn't realize I would. Most skaters usually end up retiring and they end up becoming coaches or personal trainers or, Pilates instructors or yoga teachers. And that was probably the path that I would have maybe gone down.
Right.
It's really hard to get into TV and to get into social media. And I was like, oh, I don't know. I don't know if that will ever be me, but I've been doing this. What's so funny is I met a friend of mine that I hadn't seen in years since I was on Disney on Ice, since I was like 19. He was in Dubai and we were in Dubai and we met up. We hadn't seen each other for like, over 10 years. We still stayed in touch. And he said to me, "You've been doing this since you were 19." And I was like, "No, I haven't." And he was like, "You've been doing this since before social media. You used to make videos of the cast. You used to be the one that was
Yeah,
pranking people behind the scenes." And I'm like,
really.
"Oh my gosh, I was." So I've always, I think, liked it and had it in me, but there was never a platform to share it until obviously social media and TikTok and YouTube and Facebook. So yeah, I guess it's always been in me to perform, but
So, being American,
yeah.
did your mum make you go to pageants?
No,
No.
everybody asks me that. I had
Yes.
so many people say to me, "You must be a pageant girl." And then you opened your mouth and I was like, "Nope, she's not a pageant girl."
Yeah.
It's basically, it's a big thing, especially if American people have like
Oh,
good
yeah.
teeth. So people are like,
Yes.
"Oh, if you have your own teeth, must be a pageant girl." So many people have asked me that, and I was never a pageant girl. I was very tomboyish as a
Well, yeah.
child. Yeah,
Yeah.
I am so much girlier now than I ever was.
Now it's always because you see it on the TV, don't you? And you always
Yeah.
think, oh, the mother's made
Oh
them
yeah.
do like the
My
face
mom was a
paint
coach
thing.
though. So my mom was a
Right.
skating coach. So she just put me
Right.
into skating
Okay.
because she thought it was daycare. So she
Right.
was like, this is
Yeah.
babysitting. So she
Uh-huh.
would coach her students and get paid, and I would be over in the corner spinning.
Right.
And she was like,
That makes sense then.
yeah,
Yeah. And something that she loved then. So
yeah.
how did she get into skating?
I don't really know. I think she found it later on, like at maybe like 8 or 9. So old for a skater, to be honest.
Right.
Skaters,
Okay.
if you compete, you usually find it like you're put into it as like one of your first sports. So I was
Right.
on the
Okay.
ice at 1 in 10 months.
God.
Yeah. But it was daycare and then I ended up liking it. And I don't think she cared if I was ever good at it or not, but I think I was better at it than other things.
Than
So she was like,
expected.
yeah.
Right. So
She was like, free daycare.
oh, that sounds, yeah. Well, daycare is it's a thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it was
Uh,
fun.
Tina will attest to that. And she runs around trying to pick up said child. Yeah, oh,
It's a lot.
dear. Yeah, it is. It is. So really the whole social media thing, it just evolved naturally then.
Yeah, it did. I mean, there's definitely was conscious effort to doing it. Like
Right.
once I decided I was going to do it,
Yeah.
I don't do anything
All in.
halfway. So I was 100% in. So during all of COVID, everybody was hanging out in their backyard and spending time with their family. And I was up at 8 o'clock in the morning and I put myself on a schedule. And from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., I worked. I like pretended like, but I
Yeah,
wasn't
you're
getting
going to
paid.
work.
Yeah, I was going to
Right.
work and I was like, I'm filming this video and I'm researching this, and I was never getting paid for it at the time.
Right.
And now obviously times false and now I get
Yes.
paid for
And now you get paid for it,
it.
which is much more,
Yeah.
well, it's
So
much more beneficial.
yeah, it was
Yes.
long, long, hard sacrifice to just
Yeah.
hope that you would get there. And I did. So I was like, okay,
For you.
it's
No,
good
that's
lesson.
yeah, and today we had everyone in the office and we were all running around
Doing
and
TikToks.
yes, and Alex was there. So of course the first disaster of the day was the phone call at
Mm.
10 o'clock to say, I'm not feeling well. I am your videographer, but I can't make it. So that was a little bit of a problem. We were like, So then everyone's mobiles are out trying to phone.
Who do we
Who can
know?
you get
Yeah.
like in the next 10 minutes?
Yeah.
So yeah, that was interesting. And
But
good
we
stuff.
ended up,
And we
I
got
think it
there.
was a blessing in disguise. We got an amazing girl
I
that
think we
shot
did.
incredible content and we
Um,
got along really well, which is helpful sometimes. And yeah, we had a great day. We finished
that's it.
everything. We were so fast.
You
It was,
were, yeah,
yeah.
it always does help. Yes, it does help. And Martina knows all about TikTok now, she was telling me. So, ladies, you're going to have to join us in TikTok.
Yeah,
Apparently, that's the place to be.
it is the
It's,
place.
yeah, it's different. It's a bit
It's
more,
fun.
they seem to be doing a lot of jumping around.
Yeah, it's a lot of like there's a lot of dancing on TikTok, but I use TikTok for like information. So it's
Right.
where like all the mummy sleuths are. So if there's any like celebrity gossip, like the Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds drama, it's on TikTok. And there's
Mhm.
some, 45-year-old mom that has figured something else out on the internet, and you're like, saw it on TikTok. It's got to be true.
On TikTok. Must be true. Yeah. So, ladies,
I love it.
all handbag things now will be on TikTok,
Yeah.
and that will be different. And it must be true. Yes. So I find it quite extraordinary, just all the different ways that each of the platforms operates as well. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, it's of course all the grandchildren amongst all of our lovely VIPs, of course, they'll know how to
Yeah.
do it all inside out. So they may well be our future videographers, actually.
Yeah.
There'll be about 12,
Yeah.
but that's the way it's going. Um, so health and resilience then. I mean, you have obviously spoken really openly and powerfully about having a stroke at a very young age,
Mhm.
something that would we would naturally assume would be me and us
Yeah.
rather than somebody in their early 20s.
Yeah,
So
I was
how
really
was
young.
that?
I was 24. I was on the ships, which is crazy. And yeah, I had a patent form in ovale, which is a hole in your heart from birth. Like I didn't do anything to cause it. I had had it as a birth defect, and it just caused a stroke. And so I've
Just,
obviously spoken about it
yeah,
a lot because most people don't think that strokes happen to anyone under the age of like 60. And
yeah,
it's extremely common. I have like Murphy's Law. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong to me.
yeah,
It's just like my life, which is okay because it always works out in the end.
yes,
It
yeah,
always works out for me, but it's like, could you have that one like percent could you be that
yeah.
child that has a hole in your heart? It would be me.
And
So
that
yeah.
even when you were like doing something like skating, which you imagine is quite
Mhm.
an energetic sport,
Yeah, I was in
and
great shape. I was in the
nothing
best shape
threw
of my
that.
life when I had my stroke.
Just
I was in way better shape then than I am now. I was so physically fit, and like my cardio was amazing,
yeah.
and I was tiny, and it was just because the blood flow didn't cycle well, and it eventually went to my brain. And I was lucky that they
Hmm.
caught it, and I was
Right.
lucky that I was in the right place at the right time, and I was, lucky that they gave me the treatment they did, and then had surgery, and
And
now I'm okay.
now
Touch
you're all
wood,
good. Yeah.
right?
So it's amazing what they can do now, isn't it,
I
really?
know,
I mean,
science is
it
crazy.
really is. So how do you think, did that experience sort of change your outlook on life?
100%. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it makes you invincible at first. So at first you're like, nothing can touch me.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm gonna
Yeah.
do everything crazy. So I jumped out of a plane, I went bungee jumping, I did everything that I could do to try to see
Take
if I,
faith.
yeah, and then it was like after 5 years of it that I was like, you're not invincible. And it took
Yeah.
me a long time to get to the depression stage of it, where a
One
lot of
tasty
stroke survivors get
advantage
depressed.
durable. 1 month.
Somebody know
Oh, they're
they just, yeah.
yeah, a lot of people get depressed after their stroke, and it's very common because your brain is rewiring and they're trying to figure it out. I was on such an adrenaline high for such a long time that I lived in denial for a while. And then when I finally figured out actually that I had a stroke, it
Yeah.
hit me for a while, and it changes who you are. I think anyone
Yeah.
that's had any health concerns, it makes you really look at life so differently, you
Yeah.
know.
And does it sort of make you think that this could happen again?
In the
Or you,
beginning, yes. In
yeah.
the beginning, I
Yeah.
was like, oh my gosh, this could happen again. And I was panicked a lot and I didn't
Yeah.
sleep a lot. I think I still get anxious sometimes
Hmm.
about it, but I think you just can't live like that.
No.
You have to live your life and just know that, well, my mom used to always say, like, lightning doesn't strike twice.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
my case, sometimes things
It
do.
might do.
And it's like,
Murphy's Law.
yeah, I was like, sometimes it does happen, but I think I'm better prepared now as I get older. I'll look for more warning signs if anything ever happened. And touch wood, they fixed it, so I should
Yeah.
be okay.
Should
So
be fine.
I like to
Yes.
stay positive, I guess.
Yeah. I think that's all you can do, isn't it, really? Yeah. So what advice would you give anyone that's facing like this a life-changing health challenge? Would it be just chase your dreams or
No, it would be get angry. This is
yeah,
the really
there
bad
we go.
advice, and you might take this the wrong way, but I mean, my husband and I are going through this right now. I find that certain people deal with things differently. And
Yeah.
for me, sitting down and resting. Like sometimes people say, you need rest, you need a
Yeah.
vacation, you just need to chill out. Like if my mom says, you need to just relax and chill
Yeah.
out one more time, it just doesn't work. After my stroke, 3 weeks after, I was back on Dancing on Ice, and 3 months to the day of my stroke, we won the show. I need to get angry. Like I need to get mad. I need to figure everything out, and I need to instantly get solutions because otherwise it festers in me. So
Yeah.
if you have anything going wrong with you, I'm like, get
Yeah.
mad, find the solution. They can solve a lot of things now,
More than
modern
you
day
would
medicine.
imagine.
Yeah.
Yes.
And just,
Yeah.
keep yourself motivated. Obviously, don't get too angry, but having a goal and staying focused, it helps me at
Yeah.
least. It really
Yeah.
helps me.
That makes sense. Yeah. Because otherwise there's a danger that you just,
Yeah. You can
yeah,
just get depressed,
you
and
get
I don't like that
depressed.
feeling. I'd
Yeah.
rather be mad.
Yeah.
I'd rather be mad than depressed.
Yeah, feel like, yeah, exactly. I think
Certain
that's
people,
better. So, well, as part of this, well, life-changing as well,
Yeah.
another life-changing moment. Since I've actually met Alex, I've never seen her eat anything than an
But
egg
me.
and meat. And
So
I've watched
true.
her videos on TikTok where she's making eggs, meat, eggs, meat.
Yeah,
I do not know how you could possibly do
I
that.
know.
But what really inspired you to do that? And has it helped?
Yeah, so my husband and I decided to go on the carnivore diet in January. We wanted to do it to be, it was going to be something fun. It was just kind of be like one of those things. It's like, oh, we'll try it for a challenge. Like, let's do keto or let's do this for a week-long challenge. And then we started to see the benefits of it and we started to feel better. So we tried for another week and then it was 30 days. We'll try that challenge. And then it was 60 days, 90, 100. And now we just haven't come off of it. So
Yeah.
we're literally now in the place where we've been on it so far so long that like I'm scared to come off of it. I don't want to feel bad, and I know how bad I felt before it.
Right. Yeah, yeah, because
You
it could be
like
another
level up.
change.
Yeah, I felt
Yeah.
good. Don't get me wrong, I felt okay, but I feel so much better on this diet.
So,
So it's like I don't really want to feel okay again.
yeah, you want to
No,
feel
yeah,
great again. So, well,
energy wise and
well, and honestly, testament to self-control. There
yeah.
was Leslie and I and the girls in the office. We were trying to tempt her with all
And
sorts of
cake.
things. That's
Hmm.
it, to get her off the wagon, but not a chance. Nope, she
No,
was
it's a really good
stoic.
diet for people who have anti-inflammatory diseases. It's a good diet for people. It's not a diet that you go on to lose weight. It
Yeah,
is, and it can make you lose weight, but it's a diet that you go on for brain health, and it's a diet that you go on. It's like being vegan, or it's like
right.
being
Okay,
vegetarian. You go on it. It's the vegetarian diet, technically, or the
right.
vegan
Okay.
diet. This is a carnivore diet. It's not like I'm on it because I want to lose weight, like I'm on
Yeah,
Atkins or Weight
right.
Watchers.
Yes.
I'm
Close
on it.
to Atkins, though.
It's similar. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
similar. Atkins, I think, allows a little bit more like artificial sweeteners and stuff.
right.
And we don't have anything processed. We've done it for like 6 months now. It'll be 6 months on Tuesday,
Is that right?
which is crazy. And we're like,
Yeah.
you know what? Why don't we just try it? We'll try
Keep
anything. We
going.
might as well. And since we've been doing it, my husband's asthma's gone, his IBS is gone. My skin's so much better. You do lose weight, but you more or less lose inflammation. So
Right.
you sleep better, you have more energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
No,
Yeah.
I'm not on caffeine anymore. I don't have caffeine
Right.
anymore because I have so much energy. I'm like,
It's too much energy. You'll be
yeah,
like that. Ugh.
yeah.
I suppose on some things that at least most restaurants, unless you do go to a vegetarian
Mhm.
restaurant or vegan, you can always get a steak in most
Yes.
restaurants. Most people know how to make a steak as well. So
Yeah.
I guess from that point of view, it's
It's
no
quite
harder than,
easy.
yeah, I find that
Hmm.
harder than when like my husband, no, my son's girlfriend,
Yeah.
ex-girlfriend, she didn't eat onions or
Ah,
garlic or anything that was part of anything. And
yeah.
that was really difficult
Asking
because
them to take it out of whatever was already made.
it's
Yeah.
almost
Oh,
impossible.
this is just a
Whereas,
steak. You just stick it on a pan.
yeah, so it's quick.
It's great.
It's yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So if you want to go out to eat with Alex, you have to have meat.
Yes, you have to have meat,
Yeah, or
steak,
scrambled eggs.
preferably, or scrambled eggs. I had scrambled
Scrambled
eggs for
eggs.
breakfast today. That's
Yes.
what I had this morning.
So there you go, ladies.
Salmon.
That
Yeah.
that might be a thing. That might be a thing for us. Yeah, I'll give
It's
it a
really
go.
good for hormones too, they say. So like if you're, getting your period, having period troubles, going through menopause, things like that.
Right.
It's also good for, autoimmune disease. There's so many benefits to it that we don't know about yet. Well, that we do know about that isn't mainstream media.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, the
Okay.
farmers will be delighted with Alex. Eileen
That is
said
true, you see. Yes.
they love
Yeah.
me.
They love you. Yes, you are like the meat
Brilliant.
queen. That's right. that could actually be another
I
opportunity.
know.
Yeah.
Alex, that comment was from Eileen, who's Inga's mum.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I need to message Inga. Eileen, tell Inga I love her, and I'm gonna message her. My friend Inga that I met on cruise ships, her mom is in this group, and how crazy is that? We've just been really, really busy, so I haven't messaged her back, but I need
Yeah.
to. I had a fire alarm, and I've
That's
only
it,
had an
in
hour
between
break.
all that. But Eileen lives up right in the north of
Orkney
Scotland,
Islands,
right,
right?
right
Yeah.
up there, right up the top
I want to
there.
go
So it's
sometime.
even, oh, it's lovely.
I
It
really
is
want to
lovely.
go.
Yes, but yeah, far away,
Yeah, far, far from here.
Eileen, you're on mute, but if you want to say something, just unmute yourself.
Okay. I'm saying I'm having
Hi.
lunch with Inga tomorrow, so I'll tell her.
Oh, tell her I love her.
I
I
will do.
love her. Your daughter's the best. We met when we were on cruise ships. I was a skater. Inga
Yeah,
was doing, she was a Steiner, wasn't she? She was doing all the
yeah.
stuff.
She worked at Kate Spade. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She was at Kate Spade first. You're right.
and she was the Tagger girl.
Yes. And we've literally been friends. I mean, that was 10 years ago. Like when she
Yes.
came to see me, she came to see me in Glasgow and danced on ice. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
that's so amazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
lovely to actually see you for,
I know. Lovely to meet you, Eileen. That's so
yeah.
cool. I'm gonna
Shows you
text her
what a
right after
small
this.
world
I
it
know.
is. It
What are
really
the
is.
odds?
Yeah. Well, what are the odds? Yeah. And so your husband, that's all
Yes.
full of joy. How did you two meet though? It wasn't in the ordinary way
No, it was
of
random.
meeting. Yeah.
We met on a TV show called Coach Trip. It was this I got scouted for this TV show called Celebrity Coach Trip that I had no idea about it literally until I got there because I didn't even watch an episode of it before. I got there and I was like, oh, it'll be really fun. They asked, who do you want to bring with you? And I said, oh, I'll bring Brienne from Dancing on Ice. And we're good friends. We were actually speaking earlier today. And I was like, you know what? We'll just go. We'll have a girls' vacation. She had had a baby. And so her baby was maybe, I want to say Gracie was like a year and a bit. So it was the first time she had ever been away from her daughter. And I
Right.
begged her to do it because I was like, if you don't do it and they make me pick someone else, I'm going to hate this. And then I got on there and I met my husband and it's bizarre. He was with Woody, so they're a social media duo. We met and everyone tried to set us up so you can watch it on TV. And
Yeah.
it's been
Was it
6
love at
years.
first sight then?
I think it was. Is
Is that
that
right?
weird? Yeah, it's like it's been 6 years. It was so funny. Brienne sent me a picture. She said, this is 6 years this week.
Is that right?
So
When
we
you
did it,
first
yeah.
met?
When we
On a
first met.
coach.
On a
Wait,
bus,
on
yeah.
a bus coach. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And I remember we sat because you have to sit. They put you in the front seats when you first enter the bus. They put you in, and everyone has a seat. Everyone's
Okay.
microphoned up, and there's all these cameras and stuff. And I sat down, and they were right behind us, and I was like,
Oh,
to
so
Brian, I was like,
kind of like
cute.
then.
And then they had said, it had come from his side as well, so they tried to set us up. So it's great.
And you didn't know before you went on, so it's like a bit
No.
like the celebrity get me out
Yeah,
here
you don't know
jungle
who's
thing.
going. Yeah,
Right, and
you have
so
no
you
idea who's gonna be
arrive.
there. And it was weird. I didn't know who he was. I didn't know who any of them were.
It was all just
Yeah, it lasts for 3 weeks. We were only there, I think, for 7 days, though.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Okay. Well, that's
Yeah.
yeah. And then you just hit it
Yeah.
off. Well,
Hit it
there you
off,
go.
and now I live here.
And now you
And
live
now I'm
here.
here.
Yes, and now you live here, and now you've got Tony as well.
Yes, and I have a little puppy. He's the best. We love
Puppy,
him.
he's
He's
huge.
4. Yeah, puppy. He's a 4-year-old puppy. He acts like a baby, and he is the love of our lives. He is the best
Yes.
thing ever.
He's a massive
Chow
chow thing.
He's a chow
Got-
chow.
looks like a lion from what I can tell.
Yeah.
You know, I'm really good with dogs, by the
He
way. They all
looks
know
like
I'm
a
not.
lion. Yeah,
I'm
he
very
is.
bad with dogs, but yeah,
He
looks.
is a lion.
He
And
looks
he
like
has
a
the
lion.
behavior of a lion too. Like he's lazy and he mopes around and it's the best. He always looks grumpy and I love it.
Yeah.
He's not always grumpy, but he looks it.
Yeah,
He just has a
it
face.
just looks big and yeah, he does look like
Cuddly.
a lion and cuddly,
Yeah.
and I'm sure he's got really small teeth.
Oh no, that's not.
No.
Yeah, he's got big teeth.
Yeah, that's always what scares me.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yes, yes. So when you're not working or traveling and you haven't got Tony in your pocket, what is your guilty pleasure or something you do that you just cannot live without?
When I'm not at home.
Yeah.
You know what? One of my guilty pleasures, it sounds stupid, is coming up to Glasgow. Anytime I can get out and come up to Glasgow, I'll call my friend Victoria and I'm like, do you have any jobs you want me for? Do you have anything that I should come up here for? Because the part of the country or the part of the UK, like all of this right now, Glasgow's so homely to me. And it's like, I like to travel, but I don't like to travel that far. Like, I don't want to go all the way to America. It's a hike.
Right,
It's
it's a
really
hike.
far.
Yeah.
I just want to go somewhere where the air is different and I feel different. And I find that here in Glasgow. So I would say my guilty pleasure is coming up here. Also, what was my other guilty pleasure? I love a good TV show. I binge TV shows.
Oh, do you?
I'm a TV binger.
Like celebrity lifey things?
No,
or
like
just
dramas,
okay.
like murder series.
Like
Like
the more
anything-
murder, the better.
Yeah, murder. Like I will be tonight. The highlight of my night tonight will be the fact that I get into bed and I get to lay there and I get to have snacks and watch a murder documentary that Paul can't tell me he doesn't want to watch.
Right.
And they'll be scary. Like they'll be like, I murdered my husband, and I'm like, I'm in.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't wait to watch.
Just to find
I'm
out.
like, I
Yes.
can't wait to watch. I always say to Paul, I'm like, you better be careful because I know how to do it and not get caught.
So they are the dangerous ones. They are the
Yeah.
dangerous ones. Yes. And you'll just be lying. So what
Yeah.
snacks are you gonna have tonight then?
Cheese, probably
Cheese,
cheese.
cheese.
I occasionally have the occasional date, and I have like salami,
Right, okay. Date
meats and
wrapped,
cheese.
yeah, meat, cheese.
Normally I have
okay.
like hard-boiled eggs.
Right.
I make this thing called carnivore cake that is egg. It's egg and cream, eggs and cream cheese. And you just it's
Okay.
how you prepare it, but it's a little cake.
Okay.
like
And
a
is it
dessert.
like set or is
Yeah, it basically it ends up it's very Korean, I actually found out. It's
Oh.
like Koreans make egg pancakes, they call them.
okay.
But it's just a Korean dessert, but then they put like chocolate and ice cream on
Yeah,
top
yeah,
of it.
they
So I
seem
just
like
don't
they're
put
doing
the
a better
other
job with you than you are actually. And
It's
does
really
it
good.
like taste sweet or is
Yeah, it's sweet-ish. Yeah. It's
it
sweet.
right, ladies?
bread.
Yep. Yeah. Do I look convinced?
I know, sorry.
It's not like there's any chocolate in that either.
I haven't had chocolate in 6 months.
But you've done really well on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Can't fall off of it now.
that's it's too late.
It's
Yeah,
too late.
it's always too late. So you always look stylish and confident. So do you think your personal style's changed over time?
Yes, definitely. So when I was a kid, I was a really big tomboy. I was like never did my I mean, I still don't do my hair, but I was never doing my
She's got the
hair.
longest hair in the whole of the
And it's
world,
so
by the way,
sweaty.
lady.
It's just like heavy
Unbelievable.
and sweaty. And so I never did my hair and I never did makeup. And I learned how to do my makeup my first year on tour when I was 18.
Right.
And I still didn't really love doing it. It wasn't a thing. And then I guess as I got older, I evolved into more of a like more feminine, more
Right.
clothes. But I don't like to be seen. I don't like to be taken too seriously. And I don't like to be uncomfortable. I
Yeah.
hate being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
When we got married, my prerequisite for my wedding dress was that I had to be able to wear sneakers and
Okay.
trainers.
Good
So I wore
idea,
trainers
actually.
for my wedding.
Yeah,
My whole
okay.
wedding, I wore trainers. I
That's a
never,
good
everyone was
idea,
like, you're not even
actually.
going to put little shoes. I'm like, nope, I am wearing sneakers. I
Yeah.
want to be comfortable. And that my dress was comfortable. And my dress was the most amazing thing I ever wore. I could have stayed in it all night. Didn't have any issues, but I would never have worn it. I didn't want any heavy material. I have to feel comfortable.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
think
mean,
from being in skating clothes for so long, I was like,
yeah, they must be quite constrained.
yeah. But in that, you have to be able to move.
Yeah, it's the sort of
Yeah.
nylon-y movement.
Yeah, and so when I tried on my wedding dress for the first time, my dress designer was like, "You're never gonna do that." And I'm like, "You don't know, like you don't know what I'm gonna do." And she was like, "You never are gonna move that much." I'm like, "I might. We
You
don't
might.
know, and I need to
Yeah.
know that everything's gonna stay."
And you might have gone skating in it.
Yeah, I thought about
You
it.
just never know.
Still could. It's still there.
It's still there.
I
It
still have
probably
it.
still fits as well.
Oof.
In fact, some of you, I was looking on Alex's, I think it was on Instagram, not sure which one of the many platforms, but she was skating and there was a girl lying on the ice with her hair pulled right back.
I cut her
And
hair.
Alex skated over her hair. It was a haircut.
Yeah,
Obviously,
dangerous,
but interesting.
got lots of
Yes.
views.
Yeah. It's, oh my God, yes, the things you have to do.
The
Yeah.
things you do for the internet,
That's
right,
it. I
guys?
think I'll just keep my hair stuck to my head. So, obviously, one of the things that all of our ladies would love to know is about how you're going to style or how you've been styling your Sarah Haran
Yeah.
bags and what is your favorite go-to.
So I've really been using the Mini S a lot, and I get a lot of compliments on the Mini S because it's just easy to take out on the weekends when I don't have a bunch of stuff with me. So to go to the shops or to go anywhere, everyone loves that bag, and I really love that one. But I just recently got my Dahlia, and I love it. It is so nice. It has so many pockets, and I like to style it with the flaps on the inside, so it changes the
Yeah.
look of it. But there's just too many things that you can do with that Dahlia. I love it. I absolutely
true.
love it. So I have that one here with me. That's
You
the one
do,
I
yes.
here. But I left my Sarah and my Mini S at home but took the dahlia.
But took the dahlia. Yes, and when we met you yesterday,
Yeah.
this morning, it looked
I
absolutely
love it.
tremendous. So she's got gold and
Gold
it's
hardware.
gold hardware. So she's a gold girl. She's
Yeah.
never worn gold. We've not convinced her yet on the mixing, but time will
I could be
tell.
convinced. I think I could be
Yes,
convinced.
time will
Yeah.
tell, I
But I
think.
do like gold. I tend to
Yes.
go that way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, and Leslie and Martina did
Yeah.
Alex's colors today.
Yeah.
And
I'm a spring,
there we go. You see?
which I now need to look that up because I don't know anything about it. And now I'm like, oh no, I've been wearing all the wrong colors.
Yes. Anything that's black, not
Yeah.
your thing.
No, I'm a
Still
springtime.
your gold and stuff though.
Yeah, gold
Good.
is
Gold is
okay.
good for you. Yes. Yeah. So you were doing the right thing there. And do you think then that your style has changed, and what are the priorities now?
Priority is comfort. I think priority is feeling comfortable in what I'm wearing. I don't like to ever feel like I'm uncomfortable. So like
Yeah,
if I
even
wear
in your wedding dress.
yeah, like if I wear a dress to a red carpet event or something and I wore it and I fidgeted with it,
Yeah.
I get rid of it.
Yeah.
I'm like that wouldn't work for me. I'm
Yeah.
never gonna wear it again because every time I look at it, I'm gonna go, oh, that was so uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's what you remember
Yeah,
about it.
and I don't like that. And I think my style's gotten a little bit, I'm getting older, so your style evolves as you get older. You change. I like more muted tones. I tend to wear
Yes.
muted things, but like I like red. Like I love a red
Yes,
dress.
like
Yeah, I
red,
love.
and you had that lovely red dress on. And in the office today, Alex is running up all the aisles, trying all the different things out, but she was definitely gravitating
Mhm.
towards the more classic and chic
Was it?
stuff
Yeah.
at the moment. But give us time,
Yeah.
and we'll have her right over the other side with all
I could
all
be.
the lovely things that already stand out in the back of the
Accessories,
bag.
yeah.
Yes, because many of our ladies say, "I've just started."
To
And I've
go,
just
yeah.
bought this, and before they know it, they've bought leopard print and all
Yeah.
sorts.
Oh, I do
So,
like leopard print.
yes,
I do
yeah,
like a leopard print.
yes, yeah. And the good thing about it, of course, is you just don't have to keep it on forever. You can just change it.
Yeah, and it changes with your outfit, it changes with your style, it changes with your mood for the day. And that's what I think that's what I like the most. It's like it's not one size fits all.
It's true.
That makes
Yes,
sense.
it does. Yes, it really does. Actually, it does. As we all know, and as Alex is in the Bags of Joy Club as well, so she's been.
I love that club.
Yeah,
I
she
literally
loves
look
all
at it every
your
day and
style.
I was like, this club is so cool. I'm like, everybody has new stuff in here. I'm like, how do they think of that? Oh, I like that one. And then I'm like, screenshot, I like this one.
Yes.
Like, I like that.
What bag is this? And
Yeah,
how's that
love
fit
it.
together, which is great. So we're slowly drawing her into the world of joy of bags as well. So what's next then? Other than us, of course. What do
So
you reckon?
working with you guys, which I'm so
Yes.
excited about. I genuinely am so looking forward to this. I love the bags.
Yeah.
I think you can tell.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm like, I
Yeah.
think everybody knows. I just like girl math and I like multifunctionality. So I like things that serve more than one purpose. I've always been like that as a kid.
Yes.
So I'm working with you guys, which is exciting.
Yeah.
And then obviously I'm full-time in socials. And then, yeah, I'm just my husband and I are just busy working. He's got a lot going on. And so I'm
Yeah.
kind of supporting that as well. And it's just full time in socials. There's constant jobs that come in and there's new brand deals and new places you need to go and things. So yeah, we're kind of just in the throes that we just finished renovating our house last year. And I could not be happier to not
Is
have
that right?
people in my house. So I'm just
Yes.
trying to enjoy the time while I'm at home.
Yes. No workmen.
Yeah, no workmen in my
Yes.
house.
No
No, thank
false
you.
alarms.
No, thank you. Yeah.
Yes. And social media, the only thing I would say is that it's like a 24/7 sort of thing.
Yeah, it's all day. I think it's one of those things where people underestimate it, obviously, and they're like, oh, it's not hard. It isn't hard. It's not a hard job, but it's a time-consuming job. And you work 24 hours a day. So I'm on from the minute I wake up in the morning, which is not healthy, and you shouldn't do that. But from the minute I wake up until I go to bed at night, I'm either researching content, shooting content, editing content. I have so many edits that I need to get done while I'm here. So tonight that will be, we'll go for dinner, and then tonight I'll sit till midnight at the earliest and finish. I was editing till 1 last night, and it's just constant. You have to stay up. Yes, it just takes a while. You need a team, and I don't have a team yet.
No,
I don't. I kind of like that I just do it myself.
Yes.
I'm very proud of it.
Yes. Not just a control freak or anything.
That's it.
By the way.
That's the one.
That's it. There's none of that going on.
Yeah, I definitely am.
Yes. So final question before the ladies, in case they've got any questions. So if you could tell your younger self one thing that or one essential that you would always have in your bag that could save you in any situation, what do you think that would be?
Contact solution.
Contact solution.
I am always without contact solution. And I'm always like, I'll get tired, I'll rub my eye and a contact comes out. And it's today. You said, I said, what's in your bag? And you was like, well, contacts.
Yes,
I
that
said
was
it
the first
today.
thing you said to me. Yes, it's
Because
true.
it's the one thing that without fail, I'm always looking for. Like whether you're on a plane, you fall asleep and then your contacts fall out and then wear your glasses and you're a hot mess. So I would say pack your contact solution. I've been wearing contacts since I was 16.
Right.
So,
So then, and you probably just really get into bags then as well. So yeah. So there you
pack
go,
your
ladies.
contact solution.
That's your contact solution. Yeah, well, that's a
Yeah,
different, that's a
random.
different answer.
What do
yeah.
most people say? Hand cream?
Yeah, nail file.
Oh.
Yeah, nail file. Well, got hands like mine, not a problem.
Yeah,
But
mine
yeah,
either.
things like that. Yeah, normal essentials.
Yeah, lip balm.
but
I
yeah,
don't know.
lip balm. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
contact solution,
Contact.
definitely.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. I shall remember that as for myself as well. So, ladies, have we got any questions from the floor before we let lovely Alex relax for the rest of the evening and get on with her editing?
Yes,
After
I
we've
know.
fed her as well, of course, we'll steaks all round.
Watered and fed.
That's it, steak all round. So what have we got when they're all there sitting
Peacefully.
peacefully? Yes. So
I've got a question I'll ask.
go on then.
What's been your most viral piece of content?
Oh, so I've had two really big ones that like were over 100 million. And one of them was this was actually really funny and everyone thinks it was fake. And I swear to God, it was real. It was real. My husband was watching the Euros or like I don't know what it was. No, football.
Oh, football. Right. Okay.
And it was USA versus UK. And I was sat behind him and he never really watches it, but he was getting really into it. And I'm not even kidding you. I could never have timed it better in my entire life. It had to have been real because it would never have happened if it wasn't real. I shut the TV off as they kicked it to see if it was going to go for a goal. So I shut it off and he screamed and flipped
I'm
out.
surprised you're actually still married.
Yeah. Well, let me
still
tell you something.
alive.
We were engaged at the time and everyone was like, divorce her already, get rid of her. It was the amount of press. It went all the way to, it was on the news in Brazil. It was on, I had a friend in Brazil that called me and said, you're on CNN Sport. And I was like, what? And he's like, you're on CNN Sport because they could rip it off of TikTok because TikTok is
because
legal.
it's there. Yeah.
But because of, I think the timing of when I posted it, because it was, right, I posted it right after I did it. So and it was right as it was going on. The US game was still going on. So it had just happened. So everyone was like, no way. And then obviously it went super viral. FIFA picked it up. It was, FIFA used it in some of their like their ESPN stuff.
Yeah.
And then I had a haircut. I cut my own hair and that went really viral. That had like
Oh, I've seen that one. Yeah, that was brave.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got enough of it
You've got the longest hair I've ever seen.
I know.
And the thickest hair, not even the longest, the thickest hair.
Yeah,
So
it is Rapunzel.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. I don't know how you even got it on top of your head like that, to be honest. It's
Balanced.
quite
It's like wearing a book on top of my head. Yeah.
So quite the feat. Quite the feat. Right. Well,
I've
anything
got a quick question, or not a question, but a recommendation from Joanna. She was saying that you should watch Dept Q or Department Q on Netflix.
I've heard about that.
yes.
My mother-in-law said it's
yes.
really good.
If you like murder and death and
Right.
everything, yeah, I just watched, well, it's an 8 series and Fraser put it on last night or the night before and watched the last 3 in a row.
Okay.
And it's not difficult to catch it because I was understanding more of it by the end of it than he was.
Okay.
But it was good, yeah.
Why do men do that? Paul's like that too. He asks so many questions. I'm like,
just
were you
watch it.
sleeping?
Yeah, he'd need to stay awake. That's eventually.
That is a good one. My mother-in-law said that too. I will look into it. I haven't seen it yet, so I will.
Yes, do that. Yeah, that was a good one last night. Yes, it was actually, to be fair. Yeah. Okay, well, Alex, it's been an absolute delight.
Thank you.
And we are so looking forward to working with you over the next few months. And all these ladies are going to be looking for all sorts of fun
Watch
things.
out for my new stuff. We're very excited.
Yes, it's going to be great. So,
Thank
cool. Right, ladies, We're going to let lovely Alex go. She's going to get to relax, and then we're
I'm
going
gonna go
to
edit and I'll see you in a
you do
bit.
edit, and I'll see you in
And
a wee
don't stay up too late because we've got photography in the morning.
That's
I
right.
know.
Yes,
I'll see you
yes.
bright and early.
Okay.
Yes.
Thanks,
See you
guys.
in the
Thanks
morning.
so much.
See
Tell
you.
Nika I'll
Bye,
message her.
bye. Yes, well, yes, great to meet you. And they're all, giving lots of messages. We'll tell you all the messages later. Right, cool. That's it. See you in a wee while. Yes, as they say in Scotland. In Scotland, we'll see you in a
Scotland.
wee while. Right, there we go.
Right. Full of
That was-
energy. I don't know where she gets it from.
Oh,
The
I know.
carnivore diet, it must be.
It must be. I'm going to actually start eating meat. I mean, I swear to God, if that's what it does to you.
Yeah.
And lady, so you need to go and look at her TikTok. Her hair is unbelievable, and
Yeah.
on Instagram. I
Yeah.
mean, it's like, yeah, I thought mine was long, but mine is like nothing, and hers is like, and it's so thick. You literally
I
could.
think it's more of the thickness. It's
It's really thick as well. And remember when Andrew Barton came on and chatted to us all, and he was the one that got to cut her hair off, and he just was like, I cannot believe that this girl's got such thick hair. It's just, yeah.
yeah.
So there we go. And that was
Yes.
pre, and now it's got even thicker. So
Ah,
yes,
I know.
right,
Right.
on to the next slot
On to
there.
the next slot. So shall I pull up this presentation here?
Yes, you're in control.
Alrighty. Right. Welcome to our Q3 launch. Can we see that? Yes. No.
Yes.
Hang on. Am I not sharing my screen?
No, I don't see it.
Right. That's because I'm not sharing my screen. That would really help, Martina.
That would help.
Okay. Honestly, 6 years in and I still can't work. Right.
Hard to do.
Here we go. Can we see this? Yes. Great. Okay. Welcome to the Sarah Haran Q3 launch. Can you believe we're actually halfway through the year already? Like, where's the time actually gone? Mental.
It really has flying. It's flying. It really is. So yeah, it
Yeah.
really.
So, do you want to talk about the highlights?
Yes, highlights for me, I think seeing the limited editions in all those new prints, Japanese gardens, I was like, oh my goodness, that because when you see it, it's like a tiny swatch, and then suddenly the swatch grows into this amazing black and gold, and it was really quite unexpected, but really special. So that one, I really loved that one. And I really liked the cherry blossom. I thought that was just very nice.
And you guys loved
and
them too.
was-
They were popular collections. Really
yes,
lovely.
yeah, really nice and hard to find. So they were good finds, yes. And we had the blush rose and the metallic foils. My favorite probably of those was the blush, but I loved the colors as well in the metallics. So that was cool. And then we had Mary, one of my favorite bags. So I was very pleased to welcome her back. And with the little design tweaks, I liked that. And that's actually the one I'm carrying a lot at the moment. I like her because she's a bit like a wallet, and then I can put her inside one of the bigger bags. So she fits in the dahlia, she fits in all the totes. So I find that really useful. And I quite like because it's quite deep and the fact it's got all the stuff in it, which is cool. And we elevated Jasmine, so a new strap, really bit of a public demand really for that one, and changed the flap as well, so it's leather on both sides. So that I think is really nice, and it does look very different, and it's really lovely. Because that's one of the things, we can't really stand still with our designs. I'm always looking to improve them and tweak them, and just change them up. And it only has to be like little minor things, just to, as we live and learn. And we started to think about getting more content presenters. So we had Scottish Julia, as we call her, and she's right up from the north, up originally from Stornoway, and Barra. So that's been lovely, just having a new perspective. And she's been having some amazing ideas. So that's been really lovely. Yes, I completely agree with you, Tanya. Japanese gardens and the bows, lovely. And we're doing lots more lives, which I hope you're all finding useful. I think the thing that's nice about it, and we will get better at them, and actually even having Alex up today was like a little lesson. Things like stand closer, not so far back, bring things up to the camera. And that was one of the reasons I wanted to do it, so that you could see things. Because although we do the photography, it can't often give you that texture, and you can't, by having someone describe it to you, you can almost feel as if you can touch it a lot more. So as we get better at that, and showing you how to put things together and showing you how they work, in a sort of a community situation. So we intend to do many more of those as we go. And we had the lovely pop-up at White Cocoa, so that was fun. We got to dress a lot of you that came to see us. So we were not only dressing your bags, but getting some clothes to match your bags, which was really good fun. So that was nice. And Anthea turned up as well, a little bit critical. I was thinking she was going to be late. She's always late, but this time she really was late. So I was starting to get a bit like, oh, what's happening? And we had a Saturday in the office as well. So we're going to try and do a few more of those. And we can do those maybe down in London as well. So I think that's quite good fun. Of course, the boat is great, but it doesn't have the breadth of space that we need with all the various bits and pieces. So it's quite nice to come to Glasgow as well. And to anyone that can, do pop along. Always happy to see people. And the highlight now, of course, is our Comp 3 bag that's got little lines on it.
Yeah, someone called Alison is drawing on the screen right now. Don't know
Oh, that's
coming up.
clever, Alison.
I
Yes,
know.
you're pointing out the one that she wants then. So we have I've taken in the Sarah tote and rehashed her to a really lovely canvas and lovely webbing straps. So actually by a bit of popular demand as well. We wanted the size of a tote, but something that you could also use in the summer. And so it's got the waterproof lining inside, and it's got press studs on the inside, so you can actually pop on any ivies from the inside, which is really quite good fun as well. And can you put her in? I can't actually remember. So I should have had one here, but
You what,
I'm
sorry?
in the office, like squish her in. So not being in the office, I can't actually
No, I
remember.
don't think
How bad is
we did
that?
do that.
Yeah, I think we left it as a canvas bag. Yeah. So that's what's coming. So as Martina would say, usual rules apply, and they are really lovely colors. So the I love the cream sandy one. Although we've not called it that color, I think it's ecru. Ecru.
Ecru, yeah.
Yeah, it's really lovely. And the brown with the sort of golden, like
Champagne.
champagne, yeah, fill in the blanks of a 60, almost 60-year-old. And then we've done that as well with the blue, which is lovely. And then the pinky one, which is more of a, rather than pink, it's a darker sort of
Yeah, it's a deeper pink with a navy
pink.
strap, which is nice.
Yeah, so really, really lovely. And then I look forward to seeing how you're going to decorate them and add to your canvas here. So you've still got the O-ring on the front, and then you can pop something on the front as well. So is this softer, Joanne, than
The Sarah Toten Q1.
yes, yeah, because it's canvas. So yeah.
It's really light, like super
Yeah,
lightweight.
like
Yeah.
yes. So it's great for traveling. And I quite like the idea of having the thing in the thing inside, because not we don't always want to decorate on the outside. So
Yeah.
I think that's
And
going to be
on the
really
back, you don't see in the picture here, but we've got our new stud with our logo and one of the back straps. So it's just a nice little detail that just helps elevate it even
yes.
more.
It's really nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
so less rigid. A bit like a bit yeah, soft like the fern. I would
Not
but not as
it's still structured. It's not like
yeah,
flat like the
it's
fern.
not gonna, so it's not like the Shoops one that we did, which we had no rigidity at all. So this one's got a little bit of rigidity, so it doesn't fall over, and because you don't want, with canvas it can crumple in. So we didn't want that effect.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's I'm sure you're going to like it, but only time will tell, as they say. Yes.
Oh.
So Fab, fab, fab. Can't even, actually, I'm a bit not close enough there.
Oh, our Q3 comp gift is the double pom-pom tassel. So we know you all love these. They're a really fun and playful accessory, and they just bring your bag to life and add a different dynamic to it. So we love them. You've all loved them for a long time now. So we're going to have lots of different colours and textures of these as the Q3 gift.
Perfect. Yeah, they'll actually look nice on the front of the comp bag as well.
They will.
Favorite page there, Martina?
Favorite page. And I brushed over the rules last time and everyone broke them. So we have to do them again this time. So reserve your gift or bag before you make spend. We don't backdate spend, we really can't. It's just not fair on everybody else. So please, please, please make sure you reserve your bag first. So the tiers are spend £6.95 before the 24th of September to receive your complimentary bag, or £3.95 to receive your complimentary gift. And remember, they're treated as two separate spends. So if you want the bag and the gift, it would be £6.95 and then £3.95. Same email address for all purchases. If you don't use the same email address, it doesn't track. So just to make everyone's life easier and to make sure that you guys get your bags when you're due them, please just use the same email address. And just one reservation at a time, just to keep things fair. We don't want we get a lot of people reserving 2 or 3 things and then they don't make the spend, which is fine because circumstances change, but it just means that people that were going to spend and have spent with us are missing out. So just a little housekeeping thing to keep it fair to everyone taking part. But if you have any questions, just pop us an email and we're happy to help and answer any queries.
Yeah. Do you know how to get the lines off? That's what
No, I don't know. I've messaged Alison, but I don't know how these lines have appeared. So coming soon, we're going to be this quarter. We're going to have a summer of secrets. We're just going to let you in a few things, but we are not giving away too much. We're going to keep it under wraps. So bear with us. You won't be let down. There's plenty coming, but it's
lots of lovely new colours, and you can see roses in undescribable grey, and Mary's in another shade of grey. And did you know that there are apparently 50 shades of grey? So that's something for you to look forward to. And now we've got some red.
Yes, why is everyone drawing in the screen?
Amazing. I've never
this has never happened.
This is very clever. Whoever is the clever person here.
Oh, I cleared it all. Right. Nobody drawing the screen.
I'm trying to remove it.
It's okay. I've managed to do it.
It's amazing how you've managed to do that at all.
I know. Sorry, I was just trying to zoom in.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, no, I don't know how it's. We've never seen that before. But I've now worked out how to clear it. So if it happens again,
I shall leave my screen alone.
Yes, now we're going to draw on your screen.
Yeah, interesting. That's good to know that you can do that. So yeah, that's these are the bags that we'll be launching, starting with 2 of the roses this coming Friday as part of our edits. We'll be kicking off the quarter with our first collection, which is going to be tennis whites, because Wimbledon obviously kicks off this weekend.
Yes, we're going to have a bit of fun with that. So through the quarter, we're going to do more sort of collections and build up a bit of a theme again and have a bit of fun around that. Martina, no doubt, will be dancing across your screens in her lives with little themes to make things a bit fun and lift it up and put things into collections. And we're also going to bring in things that you haven't maybe thought about in a collection to broaden it, so that you can see that, oh, that thing I've got over there, I've never thought of putting it with that bag. So we're going to bring some of these things back and put them in the collections, to inspire you again for things you've already got, but also just to show you what you can do with what you've already got, rather than thinking, oh, I just need to buy a whole load of new things. You can actually combine them. And we'll try and inspire you as we go doing that. And that's where the lives are really good, because we can show that as it's happening. And of course, if you can't catch us at the time of the lives, then they're all recorded, and then you can see them on the Shop Live page. And even when we do our emails, we're referring back to them, so you've got one place to go rather than lots of different things coming at you. So we'll look to see how we get on with that and how you guys get on with that over this quarter. So I think that'll be a bit of fun. And yes, Julie, I agree with you. I do love Rosa. Really good. and we've got some more bits hanging there. We've got some new dahlias. And they are not going to disappoint you. They are really lovely. More mini S's, of course, and some ivies that are all different in these lovely collections. So you are going to have a lot of fun starting tomorrow morning with the Wimbledon theme. Yeah, so that'll be good fun. What have we got there? So there, we've got all these different collections coming. So you can all start putting your guessing hats on and thinking about, but obviously tennis whites is perhaps a little bit simpler. We've got a little bit around Liberty and Sea Glass Shores. What does anyone think that could be? And the elements. So we're going to just have a bit of fun with this. And I'm sure you're going to enjoy it, so you don't have to worry. And yes, the sale has finished. I believe we're just winding that to the end. So if there's anything you thought that you wanted that you've suddenly realized you can't live without, you better just tell us, because today's the last day that Martina can be induced into doing that, because we've got to get her head on to all the lovely new things, which will be fun. Yes.
So we do have a bunch of accessories coming as well to go with your bags. We've got deco bows coming in 4 new colours, and we're going to restock the classics of leopard, chagrin and Dalmatian, which sold out previously, so they are coming back. We're going to have deco strips and capsule tassels. We've got mini capsule tassels. There's new heart and star tassels coming. I think a few of you clocked them behind the scenes in our recent Istanbul trip, so they are coming. Gemini pom-poms and straps. So we are going to change the name of the double pom-pom tassels to Gemini pom-poms because they go together, so that makes sense. In 2 new colours. We're going to have some new beaded tassels and straps. So you know all the nice short chains that we do with matching tassels, like the embellished ones, they're coming as well. Single art decos and double art decos. We've got a new Ava cosmetic bag launching, which has got a see-through side to it, so that's a great addition to the range. We will, of course, have matching flaps for all the mini S's that are launching, and 2 new colours of clovers. So loads of stuff to come.
Yeah, and we're going to help you put it all together. So it's all going to be really, really fun, and to take more of a collection route to try and make things easier to find as we advance. Now that we've got sort of the website there, we can try and improve things, and people like Alex and Anthea are going to have their own little brand ambassador collections, so that can inspire you guys as well, and to talk about how they're using the bags, and just sort of make it fun for everybody, and try and get the whole functionality piece over as well, which I think will be good fun. There's lots of new things. Yeah, and we've got it all in proper collection boards and everything now. We're really proper grown up, you know. So trying very hard to be organized, and get ourselves a little bit more on the ball. Yes.
Yeah. Got a few questions. There's no Millie's or Millie pouches coming this quarter. Millie's having a rest, but she'll be back in Q4. So she's just having we don't bring all the bags out every quarter because there's just too many in the range now. So we try and bring things back and forth as we go through the year, but we do have Millie's planned for Q4. Multi-chagrin flaps, no, they are not coming. We've done the flaps in the colours to match the mini S's. So the ones that are available now in Pillar Box Red, Space and Tangerine that are on the website, they'll have matching flaps. And then we have 2 new colours launching later in July, and they will have matching flaps too. So that will be kind of mid-July that launches.
Yeah. Have more flaps and lots of lovely deco strips. Been having lots of fun with that, and tantalizing my brain with lots of different tassels as well. So it's all good, and trying to keep things to make sure that they all match each other, so that you've got more chance of things making more sense. So that'll be quite good fun as well, I think. Yeah. And by doing that, it means we can get our lovely folk in the factory to make things more quickly, because they're not having to keep changing threads and all of that sort of stuff, which all takes time and adds delays. And for the first time ever, see how it goes. We've persuaded them. So they say, they're telling me they've agreed, but we'll see. They're going to actually make things in collections as well. rather than what they tend to do in a factory environment is make everything, all the hard things first, and then all the other things afterwards. But it means then that some of the things that we plan to go with a bag doesn't come till much later, and that can be a little bit frustrating. So we hope that with a bit more planning with them, we'll get things to coordinate a bit more and be then a bit more in collections as well, to make it easier for you guys to sort of match things and make sure that it all sort of sits well together. So that's the plan, Stan. But like all plans, trying to get to a destination, things might go, but might take some back end lanes. But as always, we will get there. So yes, I think that's all the major things around that. More shop lives and trying to get more people to use our bags to come and talk about how they're using them as well. So if any of you ladies fancy doing a bit of a live, I think that would be really good. We can do that anywhere. So that'd be a bit of fun. Those of you who are coming in the summer as well to the boat, we might have somebody there that can do some little recordings, some little snippets, which will be fun as well, that you can send to each other and come with your favorite bags or whatever. So we'll speak to people about that. So just to get all of the ideas in your head out there with everybody. So I think that would be good fun as well. Guided by Martina and the rest of the team. Yeah.
Catherine, the stars and hearts will probably be later in the quarter, end of July, start of August. And Lee, we don't have any evergreen coming this quarter, but it will come back later on. So yeah, that's one of our good colours. Just one thing for me, whilst I remember, is the VIP password and the VIP club room. The VIP discount and the password to the club room has changed. So if you are a VIP, you should have received an email yesterday lunchtime with the new password and the new discount code. So you can't get into the club room with the old one now. We'll keep the current VIP discount code active until about Sunday, but then we'll delete it. So please make sure you check your emails if you're a VIP. If you've not received it, just let us know and we'll give you the new code to access that.
Yeah. And that was really a bit of a tidy up, that we've been perhaps a little bit lackluster or maybe not security conscious enough. I'm not sure. But anyway, we wanted to make sure that we just cleaned up our act a little bit there, and made sure that VIPs were getting all the treats together, and that we weren't, as much as I would like it to be as broad as possible, and VIPs are VIPs for a reason, and pay for the privilege. So we want to make sure that that wasn't seeping out elsewhere. And hence that was a bit of a change as well with the swap shop, because again, we'd had people sort of, moaning would be the wrong word, but pointing out delicately that there are things just creeping through the cracks. So we just want to tidy all these things up, to keep it fair and right for all you ladies that are part of that. So we'll get better at these types of things, and as technology improves as well, there are other things that we can do, and so I've got lots of ideas around that, as far as we can. And I know that the pre-loved isn't as perfect as I would want it to be, particularly as a ex-techie. But we have to just be patient, and we've gone on to something that is what you would call a white label platform. So I'm sure most of you know what that means, but it just means that we are on a platform with that's not built by us. As you know, I did try building the original one, and then they ran away and left me distraught. So we had to find a solution, and it's built for a wider range of different clients, and of course our needs, as it turns out, are much more specialized. So they are doing their best to try and make things work. And I think we have to remember that we are not trying to create Vinted here. We are not competing with Vinted. And we literally have no problems with anyone that wants to go and use Vinted. I never went out and looked for a supplier that could rebuild Vinted, because why would we try and compete with Vinted? So just bear that in mind, that they've made so many changes to try and help us, because we are unique in that we have big wardrobes. Most other brands don't have that. The things that we make are collectible items. So of course, that means just the sheer quantity of the stuff, and little glitches, as they're learning as well. And trying to get companies to do these things is very difficult. And I have been impressed with their enthusiasm and their go-to attitude about it. Many other companies would by now have told us just to go and fly a kite. And so over time, as they catch up, things will improve, but we are unique. So I am taking it really seriously and trying to think, do we go somewhere else? Do we do something different? But all the things that you want really are like on a platform like Vinted, which has had millions spent on it. So I think we just have to bear that in mind. The good thing about it, as someone just popped up there, is that it's verified. The people that you're talking to on there, the products that are getting sold, it is not a scam. It is verified by us. It is part of what we're doing. So that does help, because obviously when you're on Vinted, there are things there that we don't know about, and all the scams that seem to be happening on Vinted, I just can't keep up with them myself. So it will improve, and there are things that I'll be like speaking to them about as well, to try and help with that. But just, I know you've all been really patient. But yeah, I just wanted to let everybody know that. And we will continue to do the swap shops. The whole idea, in fact, I think I was explaining this to Nadia this morning in email. The swap shop is something that is close to my heart. It was one of my ideas. And I remember it's a Noel Edmonds idea, I should think, really. If anybody remembers Multicolored Swap Shop or any of these things. And the bit I loved most about it was when all the children got together and they were swapping all of their things. And at the peak, they had about 2,000 children all swapping. I want that. I want that. There was no money involved. It was just, I'm so wanting that. And that's what the kids were all doing. And that had been my initial idea, that back in the early days, we would all just swap things. And now we've got this full blown, the world is taken over, and it's quite difficult to take over. Or to keep up with. So I think Swap Shop has got a place in amongst all of this as well. And yeah, we want to keep that going, and have the two things, because they're very different and they play to different requirements for people at different times as well. So yeah. So if anyone's got any questions about that, do feel free to talk about it, or say it's always nice to hear. Yeah, thank you for being forgiving and patient as we learn all these new things.
Well, will we get the comp bag email sent out, and you
Yes, let's get that out, because that's what everyone's, yes, that's
itching fingers here.
really exciting stuff. Yes. Yes. And keep going. Yes, anyone got any other questions or anything you want to say, chat, or ask?
Thank you, Kathy. Kathy's saying the level of customer focus and family feel you always have in the forefront is so appreciated, Sarah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you my final story. So we were on the boat last week, because one of the things we're trying to do is get the brand out there more. Part of me, I think, oh gosh, really? But actually we need to, so that, we can all grow and we can do all the amazing things that we want to do. But we were on the boat and we were doing our 3 bags in a boat. We'd chosen the guests, and it was good fun. And at 2:00, I could see Leslie walking around, and she's looking at me, and I'm thinking, what's going on? That way when you're sort of conscious something's happening, but you're not really sure. And so I'm answering questions and doing this. And then in my head, I'm going, oh my God, what's gone wrong? What could earth have gone? There's only two things that could go wrong, the barman or the catering. And I'm thinking, which is the worst thing? Drink, we can probably deal with. Food could be more of a problem. Anyway, it turns out that the stupid barman thought, living in the centre of London, that it would be a good idea to put all of our drink and all of his kit into his van the night before. And then was somewhat surprised when his whole van got stolen and phoned us at 2 o'clock, bearing in mind he was coming at 6 to do all the drinks, to tell us that actually there was no drink. I'm like, there's no drink. Oh my God, all these people coming and we can give food and water. Probably not the best thing. I was like, oh my God. So anyway, suffice to say, we sorted it out, phoned Majestic. Luckily, they're around the corner. And Leslie and Lucy ran round and collected all the stuff. Meanwhile, I phoned my husband, Fraser, and said, see how you are coming down for Gregor's birthday later. Do you think you could just get on the earlier flight and come down now and be the barman, the three of you? It's Gregor's birthday, so he turned 29, doing barman duties for Sarah Haran Accessories. So we did reward him with a birthday cake later on, as anyone that's watched the sort of the reel will see. But yeah, so that was a bit of a horrifying, unexpected thing
Well,
to
that's
happen.
us had a barman and a videographer, so we're due a third.
All to go wrong. They
mishap.
come in
So we've got an
three.
event tomorrow night. Something's
That's
going to
it.
go wrong.
Yeah. Wish us luck, ladies. Wish us luck.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
on that note,
On that note, lady, the comps are up
go
on
and
the
enjoy.
website, so run and get yours reserved. Can't wait to see what everyone goes for. Megan and Leslie will be live with you tomorrow at 12:15 to show you the comp bags in more detail, and I'll be back on the lives from Friday to do the first set of edits of Q3. I can't wait. But thank you so much for joining us tonight, and we'll see you very soon.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.